The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack Gaz.
How's this? The sound was so bad at the latest Spice Girls gig that a lot of people said they couldn't hear them. Weird thing is, it's being reported like that's a bad thing. Fix Radio Manchester, and you'd cry too if you didn't know where your Johnny had gone. It's Dave Stewart and Barbara Gaskin. Did I go too far?
Just a bit, yeah.
Thanks to John for the news, bringing us that story that there's a shortage of doctors. Sadly, there isn't a shortage of bitter middle-aged women who work as doctors' receptionists.
The Full Fix Breakfast.
We can now cross live to the Portland Hospital in London, where Prince Philip is about to arrive to see the new royal baby. Sad news as well. Doris Day has died. Que sera, sera. I'm sorry.
The Full Fix Breakfast. Proudly sponsored by Osmo, the world's #1 polyox oil.
This weekend, I might, possibly, be interviewing Michael Carrick.
Really?
Yeah, ex-Manchester United player. Now, there is a catch to this, mate.
Yeah.
Michael Carrick is running the Manchester 10K this weekend with his foundation. However, I'd have to do the 10K.
And how's that going to work out?
I just want to make it clear, I cannot run at all.
Right.
You know what, mate? If I ran the 10K and finished it, the next 10K the year after, they'd be raising money for me.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack Gaz.
Yesterday, Gaz, I went to the dentist. For a lot.
Oh, really?
Well, for a lot of people, they hate the dentist or they're scared of the dentist. Maybe there's something wrong with me, but I'm the other way. I just don't mind it.
Well, when you said that, I thought you were going to say you get excited for the dentist.
Well, no, I'm not that. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, the most painful thing about the dentist is the bill for me, not the actual drilling into your teeth. I had a fracture repaired.
Oh, really? Was that a painful one, or?
Well, no, because they put your face to sleep. In fact, I nearly nodded off in the chair. But the thing I don't like is what's happening tonight. At 6:30, I got to go back. I got to go to the hygienist, and I can't stand the hygienist.
Well, I think the hygienist is all right. It's better than a dentist.
Yeah, but I don't like being told off. Honestly, when I go to get my car washed, the failed asylum seeker that washes my car doesn't tell me off for making it dirty.
My mate Brian, he's running the Manchester 10K this weekend for Crohn's and Colitis UK. So yeah, big up Brian.
Good for him. It's amazing, isn't it? Because the difference between walking and running, like if you close the streets and walk through the streets of Manchester, that's a protest. But because you're running, it's now an athletic event.
Yeah, and also, on any other day, 30,000 people chasing a lone Ethiopian through the streets of Manchester would be considered a hate crime.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack Gaz.
Let's talk to Rebecca Day at the Manchester Evening News. Good morning, Rebecca. How are you going?
Good morning. Yeah, not too bad, thank you. How are you?
Very good. Can you tell us what was going on?
Well, basically, 2 women had been spotted dressed with tampons in a park in Ardwick, and we had to get to the bottom of what happened.
Of course.
You know, there was mystery surrounding this stunt.
Yes.
And so, basically, somebody took a picture of it. I asked readers to get in touch if they knew, why they did this. And, they did. People responded in their droves.
Oh,
and
did
the
they?
people who actually carried out the stunt got in touch themselves and said it was us. And so we did a follow-up interview.
Yes.
It turns out it was some drama students who were doing, a devised piece about...
period drama?
Well, that's disgusting.
Okay.
and I'd like you to apologise on the radio.
I don't think so. That's not what
I will be writing to your boss, and I'm also going to see a solicitor because I find that absolutely disgusting.
What's the matter with you people? I was joking! Don't you know a joke when you hear one?
Some people call me the Space Cowboy.
Morning, Tone.
Morning, boys.
What do you got for us this morning?
My tip for today is for all the tradespeople and DIYers out there.
Yes. Now, wait. Before we go any further, let me just make this clear for anyone who's, discovered Fix Radio by accident, that we are a tradespeople's radio station. So we have people on the air who understand things about being blue collar and being we know what WD-40 is. Most disc jockeys on radio stations think WD-40 sang Red Red Wine. That's the difference between Fix Radio and all of the others. Okay.
Well, don't forget as well that people like myself that get involved are tradesmen and women as well.
You're an electrician, aren't you? Yeah.
I am indeed,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Qualified.
Okay. So what's...
Never done me any harm.
Right. So what's the tip, Tone?
So today's tip is for all the DIYs and tradespeople is, if you can't fix it with a hammer, you've got an electrical problem.
Okay, that's when you're doing service work, that is an excellent tip. Thank you very much, Tone.
You're more than welcome. Have a nice day.
Tone's Tips. Join us again at this time tomorrow morning for another tip from Tone on Fix.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Oh no, he's back on the phone. Mark the Shark.
Morning to you. I got a surprise for you two anyhow.
What are you talking about? What do you mean you've got a surprise for us?
Well, I was in that studio last night.
Oh, Shark, you weren't in this studio. No, you weren't.
Oh, yes, I was.
Talking nonsense again.
And I'll tell you something today. Is there a coffee stain by the fader on the desk? There's a little ring mark where I was drinking my coffee. Yeah. There's a ring mark.
Which fader? This studio's full of faders. Which fader's got a coffee stain?
The fader on the right-hand side.
Jeez, there is a coffee stain here.
There is a coffee stain on that fader.
How could he know that? How could he know that? Is there like a webcam in here?
It's just a coincidence, he's guessed it.
Is there a webcam in here?
You have to be part of the magic circle. And I am part of the magic circle.
Shark, if you really were in here, why were you in here?
I'm going to show you the powers that I can do.
Oh, no. Don't freak us out. Don't freak us out.
The powers of a shark is so untouchable. Put your hand on the radio and feel the power.
Shark, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What have you done?
The media of the radio,
Shark,
and your mind will connect to
what
the
have you
radio.
done? Why were you in here? What did you do?
I've left you a little gift. You'll find
Where is it then? Where's this gift?
Where is it? Is there for
Where's
you?
the gift?
What?
Danish politician. He's going to find voters.
Okay.
He's taken out an advertisement on Pornhub, the pornography website.
Presuming this politician is aimed at a male demographic, then I take it.
His name is Joachim B. Olsen, and his nickname is Joke.
Oh, yeah, well, is this a wind-up then? Is that what this is?
No, he's a proper party. He's a centre-right Liberal Alliance Party MP, and his slogan is "Vote for Joke." and
this isn't a wind-up, by the way.
And apparently on the Pornhub website it says, "Vote for Joke once you've done with the site services."
I mean, make sure you wash your hands first.
Yeah, and some people did think it would have been put up as a joke, but in a Facebook post, he's confirmed that it is indeed him. He says, yes, it's me on Pornhub. Adding, the message was a playful one, which he hoped would get people to laugh.
He said, you have to be where your voters are.
Yeah.
And there's no limit to how far I will go for the nation. These are genuine quotes.
Right. Well, I was thinking, why stop there? If you're going to use pornography to get votes, maybe he could do a pornographic radio commercial.
Right.
So I've mocked something up.
Right, okay. I don't know how this is going to work. Okay. I'm scared to hear it. You should have vetted this before you did this.
I think if he did that, it might sound something like... A lot better than our party political broadcasts, I think. It might sound something like this. What do you think? Would you vote for him, Gaz?
My grandma listens to this show.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I wonder if the whole when I first saw it or saw the story, I thought maybe it's been a communication problem. I wondered if the Danish politician had spoken English to a Japanese advertising agency and asked them for some ideas to give him a big election.
Come on.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Big Tony's on the phone.
Hello, mateys. How are you doing?
Very good. Yeah, very good.
God,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Mr. Shark, you know he's a regular caller to your show and everything.
Actually, the Shark, worrying trend. He called up earlier and he said he's been in this studio while we weren't here. So I think he's losing it. He's imagining he's been in it.
I don't know. I can quite believe that because I've been having a look at his social media. He's on about. I'm not quite sure what he's up to. He's up to something because he's posting pictures of studios and it looks legit to me. But he's up to something because I don't know. I think he might be losing it, to be honest.
Okay, well, before we speculate on what he might be up to, just what's in these pictures? Let's see, because it could just be, he could have just downloaded a picture of a studio off the net or anything. What's in the pictures?
It's the studio, like you do see a studio will be fixed and... It actually says fix, what, on the mics? Yeah, on the microphone, yeah. I don't think he's superimposed that. That looks legit to me.
Gaz, you reckon he's... Because there are things on the microphones that say fix.
I'm just going to head over to his socials now because we don't see the Shark social media because we've blocked him on everything.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to unblock him for a second just to see what's been going on.
Is it this studio?
He's up to something.
Is it this studio that he says he's been in? If he's got photographs...
It's this studio.
Okay.
He's been mumbling on about final solutions and all this carry on. I don't know what
he's been what? Final solutions.
It's in the caption.
Yeah.
What does it say?
The final solution is coming. Fix radio. Nailing it. Don't know what that means.
That's scary, that is. I'm telling you now.
All right. Tone, thanks for letting us know.
That's all I know what is, and you got to keep on top of it and keep your eye on him. I think it's because you blocked him on Facebook and Twitter that he's lost the plot.
All right. Thanks a lot, Tone. Appreciate it.
Job done. See you later, boys.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. That's worrying, Gaz.
A little bit.
How convinced are you that he's actually been in here?
Well, that picture is definitely an original picture. And when you Google it, it comes up with the sort of schematics for the picture, which includes the timestamp. And it says that he took the picture the other day.
Was your Manchester United cup in there, in the picture anywhere?
No, my Star Wars one is, though. You
What?
can see it there. You can see it there.
No!
So this is the thing. We've not taken many pictures of this studio over the last 5 months, whatever it's been. So, you know.
What does final solution mean? What's that all about?
I don't know. I don't know what that means. He says he's got a final solution for Fix Radio.
And news this morning from the world of sport, Gaz.
Yeah, this is a crazy story. This controversial. Caster Semenya. Have you heard about this woman?
South African runner. Yeah.
Yeah, she's an 800 meters champion. She is.
They're testing her testosterone levels, aren't they?
Well, she's brilliant, right? Yeah. She's almost too good. And in the past, there's been certain questions about. I mean, people have made some horrific accusations about this woman, saying she's a man and things like that, and saying she doesn't look like a woman. And I'm like, what does a woman look like? And this is all because she's quite. I mean, she's a muscly woman. She's a woman who's in prime physical condition. And just like there are muscly men and there are skinny men, there are muscly women and there are skinny women.
There are masculine men and there are David Beckham men.
And I was going to say me, men. But there have been some rules attempted to put in place over the last couple of months, new IAAF rules, which were attempting to restrict the testosterone levels in female runners, which I find just obscene.
Now, are these naturally occurring testosterone levels, or are these?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, this is the thing. This is the controversial thing, because people have got the wires crossed a little bit with this and other stories, where the other stories that are coming out are stories of transsexual people who have transitioned from men to women, and then want to compete in women's sports. There's an issue with that, and I totally understand why there's an issue with that. This is not that. This is something totally different. Caster Semenya was born a woman, is a woman, has never put testosterone into her body. She just naturally has quite a bit of it.
Right.
And now, new rules are being put in place, officially now, that athletes with differences of sexual development will now take medication in order to compete in some track events
to lower the testosterone. Wow.
Which I think is outrageous, mate. How you're a runner, you're a sports person, you're an athlete, your natural physical prowess, you should use everything that your body has to offer in order to win the race. The only way that it's not acceptable is if you're cheating and taking shortcuts and adding things in, but this is naturally occurring.
Well, it's not the first time she's been involved with something like this. I mean, 10 years ago, 2009, she had to undergo sex verification tests.
Well, yeah, that's what I was alluding to.
They tested whether she was actually. The results were never published, but she was allowed to continue competing as a woman. So I think the results were conclusive that she was female, but she had to be tested. If Caster Semenya has to go through a sex test because she runs like a bloke, maybe they should sex test Raheem Sterling because he runs like a girl.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Favourite news story of the morning, Gaz.
Oh, go on.
Cam girl makes a living by signing dirty talk for deaf people.
Wow, hang on a minute. You're going to have to give me a second to process that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
cam girls are these girls who just basically set up a little webcam in the bedroom and do whatever, and people pay to subscribe to watch them. Am I right?
Yeah, from what I understand. Yeah.
And then you've got people who sell pictures of or do videos of their feet and stuff like that.
Fetish stuff,
yeah, fetish stuff. And now this is a girl who's doing it for deaf people,
and she talks dirty to them in sign language.
Is that all she's doing? Because I'm picturing in my head right now just some fully clothed girl just sat there, just with putting a sexy face on and just wiggling her hands about.
Well, according to this story in the Metro, her name is Crystal Rivers. That's her real name. Guess which state she's from in America?
Oh, Florida.
Absolutely.
There it is.
She reckons she makes about £7,000 a month doing this.
Wow, $7,000 a month.
Yeah, she used to work at Disney World, and she learned American Sign Language, and found out how handy that was in Disney World. When deaf families would come through, she could communicate with them in sign language.
Hang on a minute. That's a bit disturbing.
She worked at Disney World.
She's working there at Disney World, dressed up as Minnie Mouse, doing sign
I don't know what she's dressed
everyone.
up. Yeah.
And then suddenly she thinks, you know what would be an even better idea than this?
Yeah. She starts doing it on the side, and in the end, she gives up Disney World because she's making too much money as a cam girl signing dirty talk.
Honestly, that is so bizarre. So bizarre. Are people actually signing up to it then? Are deaf people getting involved in this?
Deaf people are paying money to have her talk dirty to them in sign language.
Well, I'm thinking in my head, like, why does this seem so weird to me? And it only seems weird to me because I'm not deaf. Like, if I was deaf and I actually was used to understanding sign language, it'll probably do, it'll probably do the trick, I imagine. I mean, like, it'll be much better having the actual girl doing the sign language than having just a girl doing like normal, sort of cam girl activities, and then have someone in the corner doing the sign language, like they do on the news in the morning.
I always felt, when that Bill Clinton story was on, what Monica did to Bill Clinton in the Oval Office, that was a news story. Imagine being the person who had to sign what she was doing when that was on the news.
You've seen them when they're trying to do the in-betweeners. I'd like doing certain scenes in the in-betweeners, and they're just like, I mean, you can't see what I'm doing right now, but the very rude gestures.
But that must have been a thing. I mean, talking dirty in sign language, does that mean you just talk normal in sign language but don't wash your hands? I don't know. I just know it's well, she's making money at it, and it's going well from what I understand. She's
providing a service.
Yes, she is.
It's a niche service.
Yes.
And it's a service that may seem bizarre to the rest of the world, but it's working for some people.
That's right. And who are we to get... Hold on a second. Hello?
Hello. I'd just like to complain about a joke you made about deaf people. I'm hard of hearing myself, and I don't appreciate it when people like you take the mickey.
Well, I wasn't trying to offend you. All I was trying... Hello?
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 The royal baby news. We're in the grip of royal baby fever. Yesterday, we saw the new royal baby for the first time. To paraphrase a tweet that my wife sent yesterday, hundreds of babies are born every day. They're all special.
Well, that means that none of them are special.
Does that mean that? Well, why are we making such a fuss of this one then?
We're not saying we should do.
Well, I don't know that. Anyway, so the baby's called Archie, which I have a problem with for a start because that's a nickname.
What's Archie short for?
Archibald.
Oh yeah, obvious. Oh yeah, right. Okay.
So it's not even a name.
Archibald.
No,
his name's not Archie though.
No, his name is Archie. Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor.
You can't call him Archie if it's short for something. That would be like my real name being Gaz.
Exactly. That's what they've done.
Gaz.
That's what they've done. They've called the baby Archie.
Yeah, that's silly.
That is silly.
But hey, some dumb good news I've just seen, because I think I've just seen a picture of the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And he's ginger.
He's ginger, is he? Another one of you.
Another royal ginger. Come on.
Well, you know how in the run-up to the baby being born, we were hearing that Meghan not that popular in the Royal House of Windsor, and maybe there is a rift between Prince William and Prince Harry because Kate and Meghan don't get on.
I thought the rift was caused from oh no, that's something totally different I'm thinking of, innit?
What are you thinking?
Prince William playing away and all them rumours. You saw them, didn't you?
I haven't seen them.
Oh yeah, loads of rumours of that.
Let's not go there.
I'm not saying it happened. I'm just saying there are rumours.
Okay. No, you've heard the stories that perhaps Harry and Meghan are not that popular with the rest of the royals, but especially William and Kate.
Right. All right. Probably because they're more fun and more liked. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. I'd hate to think it's because she's American.
Is that what you think it might be?
Don't know.
A bit of xenophobia.
Don't know. Anyway.
Well, that's kind of one of the benefits I like about Meghan being part of the royal family, that it annoys the racists in this country.
Well, she may well, or the pair of them may well have annoyed everybody.
Oh, okay. How?
I'm reading Cosmopolitan, which, of course, as you know, is my Bible.
And it's one of your many Bibles. You have many religions, don't you?
Manchester Evening News and Cosmopolitan. That's all I read.
Like a Hindu.
All I read.
Multiple ones.
That's right, yeah. Anyway, they announced the baby's called Archie. Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. There is something slightly awkward about them picking the name Archie.
Okay.
If you rewind a few months, back in January, Prince George, which is the eldest of Prince William and Kate,
right,
and his sister Princess Charlotte, they're hanging out with their grandmother when they went for a walk.
The Queen, this?
No, their grandmother would be... no, the Queen would be their great-grandmother, wouldn't it?
Oh, okay.
Who's the grandmother? Hang on. No, their grandmother would be... Well, Diana would be their grandmother, but she's not around. Who are they hanging out with?
Oh, yeah.
When everyone gets two, though, who's the other one?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyhow, they're hanging out. They're hanging out. Prince George sees a stranger walking her dog and wants to go up and strike up a conversation. Kids love dogs. According to the Daily Mail, quoted here in the Cosmo article, George says, "I'm Archie," when he introduced himself.
What an idiot.
Why?
It's not his name. His name's George. Idiot.
Yeah, but what I'm putting to you is that George had an adorable nickname. That Prince William and Kate just called him Archie as his nickname. Okay?
And then they've decided to nick it.
They've stolen the name.
That can cause controversy.
This goes on with women. There are women. It's unlikely there are women listening right now, but there are women who are twags, tradesmen's wives and girlfriends, and they sometimes, before they have a baby, think of a great name for a baby for when they have one. And they do not share that name with their closest friends, other women their age. They keep it quiet because they don't want their friends to steal the baby name because they know that they can no longer be friends with that person. This is a real thing.
That is crazy. Can you imagine falling out over something like that?
But that's how women work. They're different to us. Yes.
Put yourself in another frame of mind. Can you imagine someone telling you that, oh, I'm planning on calling my baby this?
Yeah. And then you have a baby
actually
first.
Calling your baby that, because then you'd always think of that person every time you said the baby's name. Like, I know when I have a baby, I'm going to have to call it something. So I'm going to have to call it a name that I've never met anyone with that name.
Yeah, of course,
before.
yeah. But this is the issue: is you get two women of kind of childbearing age. One of them has a great name for a baby. She mentions it to the other one, but then the other one has the baby first and names her baby that name. Then that's it. They cannot be friends anymore. And when the other one who came up with the name eventually has a baby, she can't call it that name because what's-her-face has already given her baby that name. This is a real thing. But to go to this level, to name the new baby after Prince George's nickname.
I like it. It's sly.
This could bring down the monarchy.
Why?
Meghan Markle could be the Yoko Ono of the British royal family.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Oh no, he's back on the phone, Mark the Shark.
Things are going to change in that studio.
What are you talking now? You said you've been in this studio. Have you really been in this studio?
Yes, I've been in the studio.
How did you get in here when we weren't here?
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised at how I can do it.
Right.
Do you know what? Do you ever seen the film The Fly?
Yes.
You'd be amazed.
You turned into a fly, did you? Is that what you did?
Well, you never know.
Okay.
You never know.
All right. And you've been in here, and what do you mean things have changed?
The fly? You've
Shark, things can't change if you're not in here now, can they? We're not scared of you because you're not here.
It's all over for you and Gaz.
What's that supposed to mean? World Cup 2022 in Qatar. Have you heard of the Al Wakra Stadium?
No, I have not.
I predict this stadium, although it's not built yet, it's still under construction. There is a video of what it will look like online.
Okay. What's the name? What's the name of it again?
It's the Al Wakra Stadium. I predict it will be the most famous sports stadium in the world when it's finished.
Okay, so I'm just going to Google it now. Hang on. Al Wakra Stadium. Get a picture up. And
a still picture, you'll see what I mean. But of the video, there's a promotional video for it. Really, really shows why it will be famous.
Wow, yeah. I think I see.
All right, I'm going to use this phrase deliberately, but let's not beat around the bush.
I'm trying to think of how to describe it without saying anything that I'm not allowed to say.
Gaz, it looks like a fanny.
That's what it looks like, a fanny. Honestly,
there's no two ways. I mean, you've got to be... I don't know what's gone on here.
Everything about it looks weird. So right, and I'm sorry, this is really crude, but I'm just describing the stadium to you. The shape of the sort of the of the opening is very much an oblong.
Yeah,
and then it's sort of like it's sort of like
a vulva.
Oh dear. Well, I was going to say, imagine if they had a commentary box at the top of it that no one could find.
Stop it.
Why did nobody think while building this? Like, surely they saw what it was going to look like on the designs beforehand. Why did nobody think?
It's definitely...
Hang on a minute.
It has definitely been designed to look that way.
Do you think?
It was designed by a woman.
No!
Yes!
Wow, really?
A British Iraqi architect called Dame Zahar Hadid.
Well, I'll say this, it's an extraordinary piece of engineering, clearly, but...
Yes. Now, she told Time magazine that she was embarrassed that people were comparing the building to a part of a woman's anatomy. After the artist's impressions were first published in 2013, she was embarrassed.
Well, what did she expect?
She said, it's really embarrassing. They come up with nonsense stuff like this. What are they saying? Everything with a hole in it is a vagina?
No, everything that's shaped like that looks a bit like a vagina.
Yes.
There's not much more to it.
She said... she said, if the building was designed by a man, it would not receive the same level of criticism. Well, you didn't know it was designed by a woman, and you got there first. So I think she was off when she said that.
She's talking nonsense there, yeah, because I didn't have a clue that it was a woman who designed it. And she's talking absolute rubbish. The stadium, don't get me wrong, like... on first, I'm sure, like, when you're there and it's not
when you're inside it,
bird's eye view.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean that. I mean, you got to be careful what you said. I really didn't mean it. But when you're in the stadium, you won't see it like that. It's from the air. It looks like that from above.
It's all well and good when you're inside it. Looking at it, it might make you cringe a bit.
All right.
It's got lips!
Some critics have supported the design. One said, and this is a quote, "In a world where sport and vaginas very rarely come together in such prominence, the likeness can only be a good thing." And then went on about every UK female footballer's salary versus every UK male footballer's salary.
Wait, hang on. What are they going on about there? What are they going on about
I don't
there?
know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But they're saying, anyway. They went on. This is this unnamed critic. This is according to the Daily Mirror. Some critics who are supporting the design. After all, why not have 45,000 people crammed inside a woman's reproductive system? It's not like they haven't been there before.
Now I've seen a video like that.
No, I'm hoping he's talking, or whoever the critic is talking about birth.
Not the impression I got.
Well, the more you see it, the more it's not like it doesn't go away, does it? The more it looks more and more like it every time you look at it.
It really does. Everything from the curves on the edges and everything. It's odd.
Well, the architect, Ms. Hadid. Ms. Hadid. She's nicknamed the Queen of the Curve.
Oh, right, okay.
She says she sourced inspiration for the building from the flowing shape of the traditional Arabian dhow boat.
Right.
I don't see a boat. I don't think anybody sees a boat when they see it.
No, I don't think so at all. It's interesting that it's in Qatar as well, isn't it?
Well, yeah, don't they do genital female mutilation there?
Well, I mean, I wasn't going down that route, to be honest, mate. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't have enough knowledge on the subject to comment.
Isn't that one of those places where that goes on?
But I know they're very conservative in terms of like women covering up and stuff like that. And the last thing they'd want is something like that on show.
Well, this could be a conspiracy theory. This architect, maybe she did that to stand up for, because women have been oppressed in those Middle Eastern countries, including Qatar. There's no doubt about that. I mean, Saudi Arabia only allowed them to drive, what was it, about 6 weeks ago?
Yeah,
I mean,
it wasn't long.
It wasn't long ago, you know. That maybe this was a big, you know, FU to that kind of system from women everywhere, right? Right, you're going to get me to design your football stadium? Right, it's going to look like a fanny. See how you like that?
And you know what?
And then all she did was, and then she could do this, make up this story about the dhow boat and everything. Yeah, what if this is what it was?
I love it. I think that's a brilliant protest. If that is what it was, I think it's great,
isn't it? Now, so maybe I could start a conspiracy theory, you know, just based on that, you know, a woman designed a football stadium that looks like that in a nation that has oppressed women for thousands of years. There's one bit of evidence. Here's the other bit of evidence that means that might have gone on. This architect died suddenly from a heart attack in 2016.
Wow, what?
So the design came out in 2013. 3 years later, at the age of 65, she dies suddenly of a heart attack.
Wow.
Just saying.
What games are they going to be using this stadium?
Quarter-final.
Quarter-final?
Oh, yeah.
Where's the semi?
Don't talk about semis when we're talking about them.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Gaz, we're in the grip of royal baby fever.
Yes, saw this briefly yesterday.
Really? It's hard to miss, isn't it?
Honestly, as soon as I saw that it was a big story, I just didn't look at any of the news for the rest of the day.
Yesterday afternoon, I had to watch Russia Today because the Sky News and the BBC News, it was just wall-to-wall coverage of this non-news event.
Well, I mean, because I'm firmly on the fence with this sort of thing. Like,
yes.
I'm in the middle. Like, I think the people who are obsessed with the royals are a little bit odd. You know, the people who are dressed up in Union Jacks crying outside the castle.
Yeah,
I think they're a little bit odd. And I also think the other people on the other side that think they're all reptilians, I don't think that they're a little bit weird as well. I get why it's news. I get why people care. I get why it puts a smile on some people's faces.
What annoys
that much.
What annoys me is the complete lack of journalism. Any other story, you know, the journalists in this country are pretty good at, you know, holding power to account, asking important questions. They don't ask the really important one, what's the point of royalty? They just go into this PR thing where they only see one side of it and they make out that everybody's interested in this. It was the lead story. We had, how many people died in that Russian plane crash? That was the second story. The lead story was the birth of this royal baby. 7th in line. I mean, it's not even like it's the heir to the throne. I mean, it was just overkill for me.
I think that annoys me slightly when they make out that everybody is interested in it. No, they're not.
Yeah.
Large demographics of this country could not give a monkeys about the royal baby.
And they needed to acknowledge that. And they needed to say, you know, fans of the royals are excited today because of this. No, it says we're
How
all
much better was that?
Yeah, just a little bit of objectivity, just a little bit would be a start. And that's what annoys me. Well, of course, the other thing that annoys me is pseudoscience and nonsense. And when the royal baby's born, then they put the two together, and it didn't take long. The Daily Star this morning, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's baby will be stubborn and cheeky according to astrologist.
Right, journalists, when a royal baby is born, must rub their hands together. It's so easy to come up with a story.
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
in the run up to it,
is it going to be?
In the run up to it, it was what odds of the bookies are giving on a boy and a girl and the date and all that, and none of it's news.
And I've seen another article now written by a proper journalist, someone who's been university for years to study their craft. An article on what the most likely name is going to be for the baby.
Yeah,
a whole article.
Total speculation on something that has no consequence at all anyway. The name of the baby.
No,
and they make it into a big thing. Oh, this is the third George that's been born into the House of Windsor, and it's nothing. It means nothing.
Look, unless they're going to call it Mohammed, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Then that would be news. That would be
brilliant.
It'd be great, and it would be news.
Wind everyone up,
and that would be actual news. But no, they're going to call it George or Edward or some old king's name. Yeah, they are. Actually, Arthur, I'd go with that. Anyway.
We also said, didn't we, not long ago about my name dying out. In fact, our names, there's not many baby Garys or baby Grahams knocking about nowadays. If they call it Gary or Graham, maybe our names can come back into fashion.
Prince Gary, that'd be very good. Prince Gaz.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
Prince Gaz, I'd like that.
Anyway, just getting back to this astrology thing. So this astrologer has never met this baby. This baby hasn't really done much, I'm guessing, apart from eat and poop and cry. But all of a sudden, an astrologer has decided that it's going to be stubborn and cheeky based on its star sign, which I think is a Taurus.
Which one? Is that the bull?
I don't know. But if you ever have someone who's really into astrology and goes, what star sign are you? You go, are you into astrology? Yeah? Well, you tell me. And they always get it wrong. Always. That's how accurate this thing is. I like that. If it was so obvious, they'd know straight off if they were into it. I once had a bloke try to explain to me that it was real. I said, it's not real, it's pseudoscience. And this was in Australia, which will be important in a second.
Right,
this fella said to me, look, the moon influences the tides on Earth because the gravitational pull pulls the water. We are 80% water. So the moon definitely can have an influence over us. And if the moon can, why not all of the planets? And I had a really good comeback, which was because we live in Australia. And he looked at me puzzled, and I went, yeah, astrology is based on northern hemisphere star patterns. Why don't the stars that we see from Australia have an effect on us?
Is that really what it is, Northern Hemisphere?
Yeah, because the Southern Hemisphere no one had been down there when the astrologers, the original ancient astrologers, no one had been to New Zealand and Australia and down to the bottom of Africa and South America.
I mean, yeah, I've never thought of it
so
like that.
They looked at a different sky, so it can only influence people in half the world if it is true. Why only half the sky? Anyway. The thing that annoys me about astrology is, right, I'm not a fan of the royals or the baby, but you can't judge what a person's character is going to be like, particularly saying the child's going to be stubborn and cheeky, based on when it was born.
I know.
Basing what someone's character is like, not on who they are and their actions, but basing it on an accident of birth, is the definition of prejudice. That's
totally.
So if someone said, "Oh, ginger people, you're ginger, so therefore you must have a short temper,"
racist,
or you're Scottish, so you must have a drink problem,
racist,
or you're black, so you must be dishonest.
Very racist.
So astrology is actually a form of prejudice, no different to racism or anti-Semitism, or if just because you're born into a particular culture or a particular
it's slightly different.
race. What?
It's slightly different.
How's it
I get
different?
where you go. I mean, it's not really caused as much dismay and harm over the years as racism and anti-Semitism.
Do you know what? I bet people have not got jobs based on their star sign, and I bet people have been promoted because of their star. No, I've been in offices where people
Maybe
have
in
got
1746.
No, haven't you been in an office where someone's had an issue with someone and they've gone typical Gemini split personality? You know what I mean? Yeah, that happens, and if that person that said that ends up in a position of power, they will be prejudiced against certain people because of the time time of the year they were born. That's exactly the same as racism. No difference.
I hate it when people just sort of palm off the responsibilities based on star signs. So like they'll be a bit ratty or a bit aggressive. Yeah. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm just a Gemini. It's just what I'm like." It's like, no, hang on, stop it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, to say that all blondes are dumb, all gingers are feisty, that's
all right.
Prejudice.
All greys are old.
Yeah. Well, that's you know what I'm saying.
That's just a fact, isn't it? That?
Yeah. But I don't know how astrology has managed to get away with this prejudice, whereas could you imagine if this headline said Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's baby will be stubborn and cheeky because he's part black? How offensive that would be. Well, but there's no difference saying it's because he was born on the date, the 6th of May. There's no difference. You can only judge people on their character and what they do. So why don't we start judging astrologists? Because they're peddling pseudoscience, so they're crooks. And that's a fact.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Stop the show. The shark's back on the phone and he's raving. What's up with you?
This is like terrorism. This is like, you know what I mean?
What are you talking about? Terrorism? What are you on about now? Now you're really freaking us out.
Yeah, well, the whole point is, you're talking to me and today, you know what I mean? Can you count?
Can I count? Because I can count.
Well, get counting then.
What do I want to count for?
Well, things will change.
What are you on about?
5.
What?
Oh.
4.
What's he on about?
No.
3.
What are you doing?
Oh, God.
2.
What's going to happen?
Don't like this.
1.